Hello, this is Agastya Biradar in the third edition of 5X, and this is another unscripted thing of me just telling you guys what uh, just things going around in this beautiful world. Uh, India right now, as I grow older, I have started to dislike India a lot. Not in the anti-nationalist sense, but in a truly, endearing sense that what has happened to this country. Uh, there's no such thing as civic sense in India. There is no such thing as personal liberty. There is no such thing as freedom in India. Of course, you can purchase those things with money and power, but is it really? There's no equity in it. There's a reason why we are a democratic, country with a constitution. I seriously do not understand why Indian people, okay, the broad majority at the very least, are so incredibly gross in their acts. News has come out that a law student in Kolkata has been raped. And it was a gang rape performed by six people, one of them being associated with TMC, Trinamool Congress. And he himself was an educated person, though he has had a criminal history, he was educated. Oftentimes, people who try justifying rape use one of the following fucking phrases. Goes like, she was in a place which wasn't safe for women. Okay. Second is her clothes weren't appropriate. Absolutely not okay. And okay, I don't know why balloons came up. Whatever the case may be, those two justifications are extremely dumb. Okay, and like okay, maybe if you somehow mutilate some facts and try convincing yourself into believing that yes, okay, maybe the woman was in the wrong, which is absolutely horrid of you to do. How do you justify a doctor being raped? How do you justify being a lawyer being raped? And the worst part is all of this happened in the same city in the span of a year. How has no one realized this? Why is there no outrage towards it, and why do people support acts against humanity? I still do not understand why Indians think of themselves as a family when it is useful to them and think of themselves as sole individuals when it isn't. What I'm trying to point towards is how open we are with how we handle each other's things and even bodies, like rape, right? Who gives you the authority to touch a woman, to touch a man, to touch a child? Anywhere in their body, like touching my hair. Who gives you the, how do you have the audacity to go touch someone without their permission? Like, fuck, even if you're in a relationship, you need consent with every single thing you do, at least some major things. Indians don't seem to understand that, and I do not know why. We act as a family when we want to explore others, right? Okay, I have an Apple Watch Ultra too. Thing is, it's very rare for a person my age, let alone any Indian, to own such an expensive, such a rare watch. So, of course, kids my age, kids in my school, kids in my class, they will come up to me and ask. That's fine. But there are certain individuals, and that happens to be the majority, the plurality of them, they just flip up the watch. They do this, turn it towards themselves, start playing with it without my permission. Now, that's a very minor violation, and to some extent, I'm fine with it. I'm open like that, but people do that with every single thing. There are other people, I think the vast majority are not okay with things like that. Why do we let that happen? Okay, हाँ, like, the justification for this, भाई तू तो मेरे फैमिली का जैसे लगता है या हम तो एक ही देश के देशवासी है भाई बहन है. How is that a justification? Like, I see people, okay, another like very minor example is people taking photos of cars. Okay, who gave you permission to go stand up to another person's car, however nice or however bad it may be, be it a Mercedes or some really old Alto 800? Who gives you the authority to go stand up there, take a photo, make fun of them online, or talk about how you encountered this awesome car? Who gives you the authority? I still do not understand why we have created such an ethos where we are family in these circumstances and we are family in circumstances which are beneficial to us. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think you may have an idea. I'm talking about our civic sense. Why is it that us as Indians, why when we're working together, okay, like in the sense that some loose extent working together, let's say in city traffic, why do we want to create drama? Why do we not want to follow rules, be it basic traffic rules or somewhat esoteric speed limits? Okay, what are those? Huh? Why is it that us as Indians just can't follow rules, like basic rules? Is it really that difficult to understand? Like traffic rules, seriously? Like I don't quite understand. Be it traffic rules or thinking of your external surroundings. Why does the idea of ye to family hai, why does that not apply to when we're outside, when people are dumping trash or when we ourselves are dumping trash on the streets? इंडिया हमारी कंट्री है, वो हमारा घर है. We, if we do not take care of it, it'll turn into a dump. We are getting issued level 2 warnings, okay, by embassies and the travel ministries of various different countries, the United States, France, uh, to to women, saying that please do not travel alone in India. That they have to give that kind of warning. It is gross to even imagine that this country has ended up so fucking down the road. Seriously, I do not understand. Yes, politicians definitely matter a lot. Yes, they control, they have money, but at the end, the populace, the population must take hand and take charge. We cannot blame it at political parties. ये हमारी सोच है. Like, there was a video by Mohak Mangal, and apart from that, a lot of people I have talked to, a lot of interviews I've seen of people who have committed rape, who have been into jail and whatnot. Their justification is that they were punishing the woman because she was wearing a certain kind of clothing, or she was walking in a certain part of town, or walking outside at a certain period of time. Who gives you the authority to punish someone? Who the fuck gives you an authority to just do anything of any sorts to anyone you do not know? Like, I do not understand. Like, another, like, the third minor thing where ye to family hai, okay, where people come in to give you fucking lectures for something which you haven't even done, or perhaps you have done but it's not worthwhile. I that For reference, let's say mm, say we're walking, okay, I'm wearing this shirt, or let's say I'm wearing a pride shirt. I do not have any pride shirts, but let's say I was wearing a pride shirt. I guarantee that some fat fucking Indian uncle will walk towards me like this and inquire about why I'm wearing this shirt, why I'm supporting this community. That is wrong of me. That is not how a society works. We work together when it is important, and we don't talk to each other when we're protecting our freedoms, our own liberty. The things I enlisted, of course, a lot of them are very minor, like flipping my watch, but others, they're just so incredibly weird. I have a friend at school, okay, she has a similar band to me. In fact, we're in a friend group, and therefore we were the same band. So this child, I'd rather adapt her name. Yeah, let's just call her Child. She We were doing lab practicals. I'm a grade 12 science student, so we were doing lab practicals, and she had full sleeved the, the lab apron thing. So this girl, she's sitting beside my friend who has the same band. She has the audacity to first of all peek. That's okay, I guess, but even that's not okay. You're not supposed to peek into other people's lives. But she has the audacity to take her hand and grab the sleeve and take her hand and then check her wrist. Who gives you the audacity to touch someone like that? Who gives you the audacity? And it is so fucking normalized that my friend did not even realize that someone, yanked at her hand, checked her hand, and then left it away. Who does that? There is no sense of civicness in this country. I am so tired of this. And I'm sure I live in a bubble. And because, truth be told, I do come from a family which has given me enough stability to live in the good parts of a city. I cannot imagine what it is outside, and whenever I do, in fact, go outside, okay, uh, to places where this is more common, I just think it's a completely different world. I I don't know why. Seriously, those are minor things. Intermediate things being traffic, not following rules. The worst of them being like garbage collection. Just throw the damn garbage in a proper place. Why do you have to create dumps of it? तब नहीं आती याद family. God, it's incredibly frustrating. The stoic response to it would be to not pay, to take attention, to take notice, to take note of it, and then not get riled up emotionally. Perhaps I am violating my stoic principles of stillness, but do keep in mind, being an active citizen was a part of a Stoic man's journey. Stoic philosophers of all walks of life, they were politicians, they were businessmen. They knew that being a senator, being a person involved in the parliament, or just being involved in local politics is a service. I still. Why? Why is it that we politicize these things? Why does. This is. This is. Okay, a human issue. This is human safety related. Who gives you the authority to essentially have sex with someone without consent by forceful will? Who gives you the authority to do that? No matter how twisted your mind is, okay, you end up committing something as horrific as fucking rape, okay, and maybe like make it even more horrific by doing it to a lawyer, doctor, children, make it horrific like that. But then the event is politicized. We either look at the religion, वो भगवान का है, that's a Hindu right there, or that's a green वाला था, he's a Muslim, है ना, Meridian है, that means उसके खूनों में ऐसा होता है. That's the kind of justification we end up saying. ठीक है, religious aspect नहीं है, then it's states. Okay, बिहार में रेप हुआ, okay, or let's say in a richer state like Karnataka or Maharashtra में रेप हुआ, okay, we look at the Bihar rape as bad, okay. Two women, okay, two women have been violated here, or like two children, or even two men. Rape of any kind is not okay. Touch of any kind without consent is not okay. वायलेट हुआ, वाई डू वी पोलिटिसाइज कि हाँ वो तो बिहारी था, ये तो इस तरीके का था, स्टेट का हो गया, ओके. बाद में फिर पार्टी का, अभी इन वेस्ट बंगाल राइट नाउ इन कोलकाता टीएमसी, राइट, टीएमसी का राज है, काफ़ी सालों से राज रह चुका है. सो वहाँ पर उनका एक बाहुबली टाइप बनना होता है इन चूतियों को, इन दीज एब्सोल्यूट troglodytes. They want some semblance of power, so they end up committing these horrible crimes, and they end up getting away with it. And we end up politicizing कि ये तो तृणमूल का काम है, ये तो कांग्रेस का काम है, ये तो बीजेपी का काम है. Like, we'll tear our throats away, but like, it's like, have you seen that comic where two parents are fighting here and there's a child in the background, okay? Think of the woman, think of the person being violated. Is it really that important to focus on a fucking fight? Every single thing is turned into Big Boss and roadies. Disgusting little. I don't even know what to say. I think I'm exhausted with what I had to say. I believe I'm repeating a lot of points. I don't know, this video will probably get like 10-15 views. I mostly use these as practice to speak unscripted, to practice and all, but I really think I should start. This is also a platform for telling the mistakes of this what I believe is wrong and correct, and this is definitely wrong, objectively wrong. I don't know this. We're so incredibly fucked. We're so screwed. I mean, according to NCRB data, there occurs a rape every 16 minutes, and this video is about to end at about 16 minutes or so. That means that another woman was raped by the time I was done with this video, and that was official statistic. So probably multiply that by a 5 or a 10 or a 15. Gross. Disgusting. As active citizens, we cannot let people justify rape. An MLA came out after this this student got raped in the campus um, by 6 men. The MLA, I do not remember the name of, probably should never remember the name of, the guy should be forgotten and left to time. He tried justifying, कि why did the girl go there? क्या जरूरत थी जाने की? Who does that? Gross, 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 gross people. As an active citizen, you must not justify acts against humanity. Of any kind. Of any kind. Rape being the primary worst example we have. It is not a good thing to justify rape or. Okay, here's what you can do. Make a video like this of me speaking, okay? Go to Reddit, to your Pune, to your city's subreddit, and see if you can organize a protest or at least some kind of, show of presence to the government, especially if you're in Kolkata. I mean, it's. I doubt people will even follow. Like, let's say a million people will see this by some fluke of chance, and I think only like 15 of them will actually go make a video, and maybe one will try on their city subreddit, and they'll actually get downvoted and whatnot. This is the state of this country. We are so incredibly lazy. We do not want to partake in any sort of political activity, either of fear or just because we're plain lazy fucks. Uh, this is a part of my own personal frustration. Um, but I was creating this video over like all the great injustices of this world, and I usually end up getting suggestions on my Instagram about them, and like 80 people saw it in the first hour, like less than an hour. 80 people. I have like 200 followers on Instagram. It's my private personal account, right? So 80 people seeing it. Only one responded, and that was with, I think, an IPL or some kind of like racing related thing. That was the greatest injustice. People are cold. People do not want to work. If you are an active citizen, please do something. Like, maybe record a video. I am not the greatest example, by the way. There are other people out there. I tried my hand at it through AITEO. We'll try with this as well, and with AITO, it has a larger platform. But there are people from, let's say, Project Dhwani. We were thinking of partnering with them. I've talked to them. Wonderful people. You should definitely. They are doing real work. Please support them. I don't think they accept monetary donations, but please, if you can start your own project, if you can start your own organization, please get that done. We cannot let this beautiful country go to waste. It's the melting pot of this world. So many different cultures, so many different languages, so many different kinds of people. There are variations like in nuclear families where the father thinks differently, the children think differently, mother thinks differently. It's a beautiful, vast country. United we stand, divided we fall. I'm sure we have learned this in nursery, but it really does apply to this state currently. We cannot divide ourselves into groups, be it Hindu, Muslim, man, woman, this party versus that party, or just any kind of thing. We must create bipartisan, or in India, tri or multi partisan decisions. We cannot fall to basic human instinct. That's not who we are. We are Indians. We have done so much in the past, and we cannot let this greatness be destroyed and tarnished because of our instincts. We cannot let that happen. Please take out the time. 30 minutes at most. This is 21 minutes, and this was longer than expected. But well, uh, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for listening in. This was extremely long, and if you've heard this much, probably means that you're some kind of politically active person of some kind, at least, or maybe you forgot this on loop. Please take care of yourselves, take care of your family members, and please take care of this big nation we call our family. And definitely do not touch other people or their belongings. This was me, Agastya Birada, 5X episode 3, talking about the wonderful state of India, that being me, that being completely sarcastic. I hope you have a great day. Amen. Bye.